We are live from the Hennessy Performance League studios here, and yet we have a very exciting race for you guys. We have our coverage for the Cup broadcast, and yet we're coming to you guys from ISM, aka Phoenix. Up in the booth tonight is yours truly, Code Red Dude, and I have a man who you don't even need Wikipedia when it comes to his knowledge in NASCAR. The man knows his love for NASCAR very amazing and very incredible. And of course, you know what? Hey, one of my best friends, aka Mr. Dallatore. Dallatore, welcome to the booth, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I think it's a little much calling me the NASCAR Wikipedia. I'll just take a historian. But all right, whatever we want to go with, let's go with it.
Hey, I gotta hype you. I gotta hype you up. I gotta get a chance to, admire the fact that you know so much about the sport of NASCAR. So that's really incredible, man. So yeah, so if this is your first time joining us here, ladies and gentlemen, we had a incredible race last Thursday, a very impactful race at Daytona, and crazy thing enough is that it is won by a man who's been with us since season 2, who has fought tooth and nail to be able to get up to a winning column, and he finally got himself a win, which is Fire Slayer. Dallator, Fire Slayer has been with us throughout so long. I mean, and yet to him finally getting himself a win, how much do you think it really means to him?
Oh, it means a lot. Fire Slayer and I joined, I think, about the same time back in Season 2. He was doing pretty good in the trucks before he got called up to Cup. Cup was a little bit of a new world for him. And, always going to have challenges when you get into something new. It took him a little while to get his bearings and come out firing. After the draft, JGR picks him up, wins the Daytona 500. With the new team, you could tell he was really excited. You could also tell that JGR really was able to use teamwork perfectly, as they had all 4 of their cars in contention. I think they finished 1, 2, 3. I might be a little bit off on that one, maybe 1, 2, 4. I'll have to go back and check it. But you can the fruits of the labor work, and not taking anything away from Fire. But Fire was stable. They crossed the finish line first, obviously. So, I think it's a great thing that he's able to have gotten that monkey off his back this season. Winning always builds confidence, and I think that's what he needed.
And not only that, but you also talk about adding more with Fireslayer winning the race, but yet Joe Gibbs finished 1, 2, and 3. I mean, talk about that. I mean, with Bobby Love and Big Jim starting off things right for Masopes and that entire JGR team. I mean, you can pretty much say Joe Gibbs Racing has a lot of momentum going into this race, so to speak.
Absolutely does. And, with short track aces like Jim in the stable as well, JoJo's always quick here. No matter what series he runs, you guys are going to have some confidence in that camp, in that party. Look for them guys to be pretty good tonight.
All right, but yeah, let's go ahead and break it down. Our current top 10 after the first race of the season, which is Daytona. Fire Slayer up in front with the win. Already got in second. Always Joker in third. Big Jim fourth. Bobby Love fifth. Color sixth. JoJo Siwa in seventh. Fistbuster in eighth. O Generals in ninth. And rounding out the top 10, it is the man himself, Mike G, rounding out the top 10. So yet I know that we're getting a chance to head to a pretty much you can say like almost a short track like race in ISM. So yeah, what do you think is gonna be the main key strategy for this race?
Long run speed, long run speed, long run speed. Phoenix is a track where the tires really get to wearing. You're going to need to find that balance. It's not going to be perfect on the first run on the stock setups, but if somebody can tune it in, so they have a tighter car at the start and it ends up a little bit looser, or however they like to drive it, people are going to need to find that balance. You're not going to get the best laps with the balance, but you're going to want something that's not going to fall off as much, and it's going to be really hard to find tonight.
I definitely do agree, but yet, Joe, we've seen how crazy it was in the Xfinity race. We've seen a blanket full of cars just, working, trying to be able to be able to have some crazy racing in this race earlier, and yet, do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of intense stuff here tonight?
Uh, you could. Cup has always been pretty clean. I think Cup will remain clean for races like this. A short track feel is what Phoenix has, and as you had just mentioned with the Xfinity race, you do rub fenders a little bit. We saw it in the Truck Series a little. You saw it in the Xfinity Series a little, and I don't doubt that you're going to not see it in the Cup Series. I think it's going to be prevalent there as well. It's going to be an interesting race to be sure.
It's definitely going to be a fun one. It's definitely going to be a very tense one, to say the least. And yet, once when we got our invites, we'll get a chance to come to you guys live from ISM. So yet, I think now's the time we get a chance to pick our predictions for this race. We always get a chance to ask, who do you think is going to win this race? And Dalator, you've seen the impactful racing that we've seen over the last couple of years, and after a crazy race it was at Daytona, who do you think is going to win here at ISM tonight?
It's a good question there, Jake. I think Heredia is going to pull it out. Obviously, Heredia is one of the guys who's a favorite anywhere we go. Came in, ended up second in points after Daytona. Had a pretty good run, was leading until JGR basically swallowed him alive. I think he's going to bounce back after the disappointment of not winning Daytona and come out here and make a statement tonight.
Very well said. Very well said. I mean, not only my eyes are going to keep on focused on the Heredia God, but I'm also going to be focusing on Big Jim. Big Jim is one of the guys who I can be able to say he's going to be able to win this race. I mean, we saw how incredible he is at Richmond and at Martinsville, obviously. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to have himself a great run tonight. So I'm going to have to go with Big Jim as my winner for this race tonight.
Jim's not a bad pick. Again, Phoenix runs like a short track, and we've seen the dominance that Jim has at short tracks like Martinsville. Also very good at Richmond. So Richmond is a very track to Phoenix. I think he'll be pretty good here too.
Exactly. And it looks like a couple of drivers are pretty much wondering, about the qualifying. Looks like they're currently done with qualifying. We have a really stacked field here tonight, and yet, what more can you ask for? It's going to be a really, really incredible race. And I want to ask those who is currently in the chat, who is your pick to win? Leave it down in the comments. So yeah, you can pretty much say that we're going to be currently up in the west coast, for the next 2 weeks. We race at ISM here, and then next week we get a chance to go to one of my favorite tracks, Auto Club. How about that now?
Absolutely, Auto Club. I can't wait for Auto Club personally, but I think that getting away from the shorter tracks and the super speedways, you got a big track, big old sweeping track, 2 miles out there in California. Gonna race there and enjoy watching the race there because they're gonna be reconfiguring that track soon, unfortunately. So, always love going out there, racing at that place. California is gonna be a great race. It's gonna be a lot of cars in all 3 series that are gonna have a shot at winning it.
You best believe it. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun, to say the least. And yet, I'm excited because, I get a chance to have next Wednesday off, so I'll definitely be there for Auto Club. So, yet, once again, stacked field tonight. You couldn't really ask for a great race. I mean, let's see who can be able to fix those mistakes after what we saw last week. And if there's one guy I'm gonna have to keep an eye on, obviously, there's those who we're gonna see winning, but then there's those who we're gonna be seeing struggling. There's a lot of guys I'm keeping an eye on personally, especially with Dank Booty Flakes. How much of a run do you think he'll have tonight?
Dank's pretty good at Phoenix. I think Dank will surprise a few people. I think he sneakily gets a top 5.
Pulling a surpriser here. Alrighty. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that. If there is one guy I'm expecting to see to be able to make a huge impact, I'm gonna say Color. Color has been a guy who obviously went to the playoffs last year, but ends up getting eliminated. But I think tonight's gonna be a really strong statement for him.
I'll agree with you there. There's one guy we have not mentioned yet, and that is Sharp. Sharp was not able to make the Daytona race because he was on his honeymoon. I want to say congratulations to Sharp. And also, job with the Xfinity broadcast. Brought a lot of emotion, brought a lot of intensity, and you could really feel it through the way he was, going about his business of calling the race.
Yeah.
But he's another guy. Wherever you go, he's going to be a threat. He's got himself a good setup for Phoenix, and I think he's going to be able to execute his plan.
Just imagine if he gets a chance to call all of our truck races. Imagine how awesome it'd be to get a chance to watch that. But you definitely do mention it, and do want to say that was his first time up in the booth, and he showed a lot of emotion in there. I want to send a shout out to him, JoJo, and Brody for a great time it was in the Xfinity booth earlier. If you guys have not got a chance to check that out, make sure you guys check out. It's pretty much in our YouTube page, and we can get a chance to join. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. You do not want to miss out on any Hennessy Performance League action, whether if it's the NASCAR stuff or even the F1 stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff coming y'all's way, and we'll definitely have to tune in. But yeah, we're getting ready to go live from Phoenix Raceway. Here we go. It's going to be a lot of fun, but yeah, also a lot of chaos.
All right, joining in with you. Let's see here.
Drunkfest said, I'd have 3 Phoenix poles if it wasn't for the 48 cars, LOL. That's one person I forgot to mention. Drunkfest, I mean, he can make a huge impact in this race tonight.
Absolutely. There's another guy who knows what to do when it comes to pit strategy and setups. Knows what he needs in a car.
Yeah, pretty much like I told you earlier, it's going to be Fistbuster that leads the field. He's going to be racing in the throwback style. Green flag in the air here at Phoenix. And already, look at there, Drunkfest working on the outside. That outside has been his very best friend. And yeah, he's about to take the lead away from Fistbuster. Still side by side here on lap 1. And it's going to be Drunkfest that takes the lead over Fistbuster. And he's going to be leading lap 1.
There's one thing that we're seeing early on, a lot earlier than I expected, and that's that outside. Drunk was able to clear the 48, who's had the pole. The 42 is on the outside of the 48 right now, and it looks like the 48 is going to get trained here, as the 2 is now outside. It looks like it's 3 wide exiting turn 3.
Oh, man. Oh,
excuse me, turn 2.
Yeah, y'all good, but yet going into turn 3 and 4, it is Drunkfest, but yet Brody going up to the high, Fistbuster in the Heredity God. Oh, Brody's still staying up high. There's a lot of crazy action. About 4 wide, still 3 wide. And yet, oh boy. A lot of intense stuff here so far, and yet, oh my gosh, I'm gonna ride along with O General's hood cam. They see him with always Joker up in the front. He gives Joker a little nudge.
There's going to be a lot of action in the mid-pack of this race. It's really hard to pass at Phoenix, and you need as Brody mentioned in the Xfinity broadcast, you need to basically take an entire lap. As Brody gets into the wall coming off a 2, allows the 3 underneath him to set up an entire. It takes about an entire lap to set up a pass. Excuse me.
Hey, you're good. You're all good. But yet, right now, guys, you guys are currently watching our coverage here of the Cup Series at ISM. Here comes the Ghost. Get ready to pass his owner or his boss. Oh man, look at the middle pack there. You mentioned it. Joker involved, Fistbuster involved, Generals. This is getting really intense.
It's very dicey early on, that's for sure. A lot of people jockeying for track position. That's one thing you don't want to lose at a place like this. So we got a battle for the lead here, and it looks like Heredia is just going to dive down in front of the 41, who's going to cross over. Is Drunk going to be able to get it back past the 2? 2's going to have the preferred line going into turn 3.
Very well said, but yeah, here comes the Drunk Fest. These two are currently former teammates after season 3, and yet per the draft, it was the Heredia God that takes over Penske, and of course Mayhem tomorrow takes over SHR, and of course he's got to have Drunkfest with him, so yeah, Drunkfest stays in SHR, so to speak. And here comes Brody.
Yeah, Brody used that outside, and that's the strength of the outside line is once you get a car on the inside, it's almost like reverse of Martinsville, where the outside will prevail. The inside prevails in Martinsville, the outside will prevail here. You're going to see that a lot tonight, as Heredia is going to make Brody try to pass him on the inside, which is going to be a very difficult task to do.
I mean, Brody is about to be side by side with Heredia side by side to go right before they get to the green, to pretty much the start finish line. And yet, I think Brody, after what he saw with Mo Doodle worked the outside throughout the entire Xfinity race, and he's trying to be able to use that as an advantage. But here he comes. He's trying to be able to take the lead away from Heredia, being the third lead change in this race already.
Yeah, and look who it brought right into the picture there too is Ghost. So you got two CGR RCR cars against the Penske Deuce, and let's see what Ghost is going to do. I don't think he's going to press the issue too much with Brody battling up there too, but he's going to want to take advantage of these guys using up their good.
Yeah. And yet, don't forget, if you guys are asking me, is this the first time we've seen these two battle out? Heck no. These two have battled out from times like Darlington, and yet even at Chicagoland, so to speak. So these two are no strangers to one another as the Ghost passes Brody, and yet it takes away from the second spot. We'll see what the Ghost can be able to do against Heredia.
I think Brody at this point is just kind of cooling his tires down, but again, that 3 car is going to have a really tough time trying to pass the 2 on the inside. He's going to need to do what Heredia did and basically overdrive a corner and set himself up to where the 2 is going to have to try to cross him over to even have a shot at getting the outside from the 2.
And yet Ghost is trying to be able to take the lead away from Heredia, and yet that outside. And yet there's one driver I do want to talk about. He made it through the pack, and yet now he's currently looking for us, trying to be able to chase those top 3 down.
Contact between the 2 leaders.
Contact being made from the 2 leaders, and yet Ghost takes the lead from the Heredia. My apologies there, ladies and gentlemen. I was focusing on Joker. But yeah, always Joker made it through the pack, and yet he's currently up in 4th. Now he's trying to be able to, he's almost about there to the top 3.
Yep, these 3 battling have definitely brought Joker into the picture.
Oh,
the 2,
contact!
I think.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. Contact being made from the 42 and the 2.
Yeah, I think Heredia has lost a little bit of the good on his tires. I think he's got to settle them things down. They might be yelling at him about right now.
Crazy start already this race, and yet we're already just in the first stage. Brody finally clears the pass on Heredia, but yet here comes always Joker, our season 3 champion, trying to be able to chase down Heredia. Oh, and O Generals ends up going to the outside wall. He ended up losing a couple of spots.
Mm-hmm. I want to give a call to the guy who's in 5th right now. I don't think any of us have really called his name in the pre-race. Freedom Flyer with a strong start to this one. I don't know where he started, but he definitely hasn't fallen back and hanging up here with some big guns like Joker, Heredia, Ghost, and Brody in the top 5. So good one for him to start this race.
Very well said. I mean, Freedom Flyer is an incredible driver, and yeah, look at where he's at. He gets a chance to follow up with Joker, top 5. If he can be able to do this, and hey, he'll end up having a great start to the season after a crazy race like Daytona was.
Mm.
As we see, the Ghost still takes the lead right now over Heredia and Brody, but yet we're going to keep an eye on Fireslayer. Fireslayer's got some damage to the right front, and he's got pretty much got a messed up hood, so yeah, he'll end up having to get that fixed here soon, hopefully. Electric blaze all the way in the back. Go ahead, Dalator.
I think there might have been an accident back there. I'm not sure how many cars were involved, but KU is way off the pace. Broncos is on pit road. Something happened in the back of the pack. I think Sikkim just got the chrome horn from the 18. A lot of stuff happening back in the pack.
And we'll definitely have to check out what happened, especially if you guys are in the league, as we see Broncos with a lot of damage. And yeah, it looks like we have someone going to pit road. That is Dolgen. I don't know what. Yeah, he's got a lot of right front damage. So yeah, something must have happened in the back that we missed, and we definitely do apologize. Also, Hayes Clay with some damage.
This is the point of the run too, where excuse me, the point of the run too, where tires are starting to wear, and depending on what slider you started on, you might either be coming into balance, or you might be ending up really, really wicked loose. I think the 4 car here is pitting right now.
Yeah, very well said, very well said. As we get a chance to continue follow along with this race, already got in the Ghost battling out, and yet these are the only two, but yet look who's currently up in third, a man who is no stranger to these two. That is always Joker. He is slowly working his way up towards the top 2. Joker's got the right car, but yeah, here comes, oh, made some contact to the outside wall. Here comes Brody. Brody's going to be able to make a pass to him. And he does. Oh, something is happening.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm in the back of the pack right now.
Yeah. And it looks like we see the 12. I think it might be Hayes Clay. We have a lot of drivers going into pit road this time. Always Journal the 10. And look at this pack. Look at Sharp. Sharp, I don't know if... Oh, wait, here comes our leaders.
Yep, everybody's on pit road now. So I believe Nobes was one of the first cars on pit road. That's going to give him at least 1 lap better compared to the rest of the field. But they're also going to end this stage with less laps on their tires. Hopefully it works out for the 4 car. Typically, short pitting only gives you a little bit of an advantage, and then that advantage goes away a lot quicker than others.
Very well said right there, especially if you are the current the lap leaders right now.
I think Joker has stayed on the track. I'm trying to find his vehicle right now, just to confirm. Yep. Joker looks like he's pitting this lap.
Joker is going to be currently, and once when we get a chance to have the field spread out, we'll find out who's going to be our current leader, so to speak. So yeah, stay tuned for that. As we channel through the cycle as we speak, let's go ahead and keep an eye on the field. There you see Jim with a lot of right front damage, so to speak. Jojo coming to the pits. Nobes out there still.
Yeah, I'm not sure where everybody got this damage from. That's a lot of damage on the 11 car, and I'm not sure where he was in the pack. I apologize that I missed it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cars with crinkled up hoods. As Joker, I believe, may have only taken 2.
Yeah, Joker's coming out right now. So once when we get the cycle done, we'll figure out who's our current leader, so to speak. Yeah, Dolgen still got damage. I mean, there's a lot of cars. I mean, and me and Daltor apologize, missed what happened, but something must have happened. But also, Mike G's got some sort of damage. Electric Blaze going up to the high side. Gee. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're gonna keep an eye on Brody.
Yeah, Brody, and also the 3 of Ghost right now. Ghost is being shown as the leader.
Okay.
Looks like Nobes in the 38 are about a few car lengths in front of the leaders here. Color there, 34 of Mike G. Looks like he's going a lap down. Trying to find the 3.
That is, he's right in front of Brody. That is the Ghost.
Yep. Yep, the Ghost is shown as the leader, so this is the battle for the lead right here between the 3 and the 42. Both of them definitely want the stage win, that's for sure, but I don't think you're going to find a guy like Brody to really push the issue too much if he doesn't think that he's going to be able to get it past his teammate cleanly.
I think if I was Brody and Ghost, Brody would tell Ghost, hey, you're in the lead. I'm not going to take it away from you. As long as we get those points out, that's all that really matters in this situation.
Yeah, they also have a pretty sizable gap between them and Joker. Joker came in a lap later, and if we focus back a little bit further, there's almost like a full straightaway between Joker and Heredia in fourth. So pit strategy worked out for the CGR guys. It looks like Joker, too, also by staying out an extra lap, has been able to really put himself in a pretty good position as far as track position-wise.
Well, after what we saw with Joker slowly gaining on some seconds on Brody, but yet the question is, will Joker be able to make it to these two by the end of the stage? I don't think so, but then again, anything can happen.
Well, they got, I think, about 6 laps to go now. 6 or 7 laps to go. So Joker's got a little bit of time to work with. Those new tires are going to definitely give him an advantage on the other two, but catching them is one thing and passing them is another.
Yes, you are very, very correct on that, my friend. As you see, a lot is currently happening at the moment. And for those of you guys who are just now tuning in, you guys are watching our coverage here at the Hennessy Performance League Racing League Series. We're calling the Cup Series live from ISM. Code Red Dew and Daltor calling what has been a very, very amazing start to the stage. Yet, look, side by side goes to lead for Brody and the Ghost.
Yeah, Brody's got the outside, which is the advantage there. The 3's going to wash up just a little bit, but not too much. Brody's going to be able to arc it off of turn 2. I think Brody's going to get clear of him right here, and I don't think Ghost is going to put up too much of a fight.
You are very, very well set on this one, and yet Brody's going to take the lead away from Ghost, and yet either way, I'm pretty sure these two definitely don't mind it right now. Really impactful racing, but yet let's go ahead and keep an eye on Heredia God. Looks like Heredia God made it to Joker for third place. So
and cleared him pretty quickly, too.
And looks like the Heredia God pretty much just cleared Joker. I mean, it looks like that two-tire strategy did not pay out for Joker like he thought it would.
No, it definitely did not. Whether Joker thought that he had a shot at winning the stage or not, now's the time to really gamble. If you're up in the front, I think the top 5 really. If you want to go for 2 tires, the first stage is the place to make that gamble. Anywhere else, you're really risking losing a lot more time.
You definitely risk a lot more time for sure, especially if you are these two. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep an eye on our leaders. Once again, it is Brody, Ghost, and Heredia God, the current top 3. Which, by the way, don't forget, at the end of the race, myself and Daltor will get a chance to interview those who are currently finishing up in the top 3. And then we'll get a chance to end things off on a great note. Don't forget, guys, I mean, if we have someone to broadcast the F1 race, we have some F1 coverage on tomorrow night, F2 coverage on Monday, and of course, we get right back here Wednesday night for the Truck Series, and of course, once again, next Thursday, double coverage for the Xfinity and Cup Series from yours truly, live at Auto Club, one of my favorite racetracks. And the last time we was there, Daltor, someone ended up flipping out, and I think the stage just now ended.
Stage has just ended. Brody is the winner of the stage. The 12 car that was in front of them was not going to be at risk of going 1 lap down. He was already at least 1 lap down. I think he might have been 2 laps down. I think he made an unscheduled pit stop. So Brody looks like he wins the stage. Second with Ghost. Heredia third. Joker fourth.
That is currently your top 4, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much in store for you guys, and you couldn't ask for a great race. Great stage, to say the least. Daltor, what was your thoughts on this stage?
After the way it started, I'm surprised that we didn't have a caution in that stage. But I'm not surprised at the same time because, like I said before, Cup guys really keep this pretty clean. Real surprise here is that Fistbuster and Drunk kind of faded, a little bit there. I think Fistbuster and Drunk both are outside of the top 10. Maybe Drunk is on the latter half of the top 10. Let's see how they're able to rebound here in stage 2.
As we now approach the green flag here at stage number 2, Brody in the lead right now over Ghost Heredia. Looks to be, is that JoJo up in the top 5 right now? Battle for the top 5? Alrighty. We see Joker up there as well. Mike G also involved with this crazy pact as well.
You got a lot of guys that are going to be jockeying for every position they can get. A little bit of contact between the 41 and the 8 there. Nothing too hard. It's on the outside of the 11.
3 wide battle. Sorry.
Yep, he's going to get clear there. 3 wide between the 41 way outside. 6 and the 48 going to get by him.
This is just crazy enough to call, especially with how packed full of a race this is already here in stage number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And
absolutely.
Oh man, and you see the 21 giving the 19 a huge shove over there. As we get back to the battle of the lead, here comes Heredia God on the inside of Brody, and Heredia God regains the lead from Brody.
Brody, will he try the crossover? I don't know. I think Brody's best option is to fall in line right behind him. You don't want to be stuck on the inside here again. Fall in line. It looks like he's making a little contact with him where he's just that close to him. I can't tell. I'm riding with Fistbuster right now. Trying to watch the action mid-pack and forward.
Very well said for sure. But yet, right now, it's already God. Looks like we see always Joker curl up in the top 3, but yet, there's one gentleman that we have not talked much about, and that is the 20 of JoJo. JoJo, who's got back into the Cup Series after a crazy year last year, looking to be a really great stuff. I mean, he almost about won it in Daytona, and he's trying to be able to get up there to take the lead away from Heredia God, but yet he's got some drivers right behind him and the Ghost to deal with.
Absolutely, but speaking of JoJo, I think one of the things that JoJo has really improved on over the past from season 3 to season 4 is he has gotten a lot more seat time in different leagues and different types of racing disciplines. I think he's bringing a lot of the confidence that he has from other series and really integrating it into Hennessy, and I think he's shown that he's done a great job of implementing what he's learned.
Very well said. I mean, we talked about a man who has been preparing himself for the situation after we all thought that we could be able to go to Ignition, but yeah, that's a whole completely different story. But nevertheless, JoJo prepared himself, like Daltor said, from going to different leagues, and look at where he is right now, currently up in the top 5, and yet as he's battling with the Ghost, and also Free to Flyer right behind him as well. Going to keep an eye on Big Jim's point of view with this battle as we see Freedom going to the inside of the Ghost. A little bit of contact to the left rear, left front. Either way, though, Freedom cleared him. Oh, 4-wide battle. Oh, contact being made. 5-wide battle. Look at this. Oh, fire slip involved. Drunk fast. Oh, boy.
There's a lot of contact there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but that's not going to play out too well.
Oh man, if I was Fire Slayer, I'm pretty sure Fire Slayer would be fired up right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're one of the guys that is just an innocent bystander and something like that, yeah, you kind of question, the IQ of the guy who decided to make that bonsai move.
And one thing is for certain is that Fire Slayer is not afraid to display how he feels when it comes to a situation as a race. Trust me, I know. but either way, though, Fire Slayer, trying to be able to bounce back. He's got Dank right in front of him, so he's got a lot of work he's got to be able to work on here. So if you see the 21 going up to the outside wall, he's not having himself a great run. Let's go ahead and get back up to the front, so to speak, as we see Broncos ended up lagging out. As we see Heredia pulling away from Brody, it is Heredia, Brody, and Joker, your current top three. Meanwhile, JoJo's finally getting away from the Ghost. So, yeah, good things for him. But, yeah, Big Jim is slowly trying to be able to make his way up inside the top five.
Yeah, and Jim had a really difficult start to the stage. We got caught underneath a couple of drivers, lost a little bit of track position from that. He's found the outside groove, making some headway up forward. So Jim's sitting here in, it looks like 7th place, maybe 8th place. 7th place. So I think he fell back to 11th after that restart to start stage 2. So good to see that he's making some forward progress and found his groove.
He's making a lot of progress, but yet Freedom Flyer still trying to be able to work on making some moves here. But yet Jim wants to be able to get through this, get up to the top 5. He's going to have his work cut out for him, especially with these two right in front of him.
I agree there. I think Jim's just sizing up Freedom at this point. I think he's just waiting to see exactly where he is stronger than Freedom. Not really cutting the dog leg as far as Freedom, so that's giving him an advantage to set himself up for turn 1. And there he goes, right to the outside of the 8. I think the 8, if the 8's going to no, he didn't. I thought the 8 was going to try to clear himself, but he's going to slide right in behind Jim.
And Jim's going to get right in front of him, so yeah, now Jim can be able to focus on the Ghost. And eventually his teammate and JoJo see you later. And so we'll see what Big Jim can do. But yet, so far, pretty much the positions have not really changed. The Heredia God, a.k.a. the Pepsi Man, is still up in front. Meanwhile, behind him, it is Brody, and of course, our Season 3 Cup Series champion, always Joker in 3rd.
One thing that we're going to have to look out for here coming soon is this is a longer stage than Stage 1. I think this is actually twice as long as Stage 1. So pit window is going to open up, I think, soon for the first one. I think you may want to try to 2-stop this stage just to make it all the way. So that's going to spread the field out. See who takes 2 tires. Again, like I said, I think Stage 1 was the only time that you really could take 2. So I think you're going to have to go 4 for both pit stops here.
Well, I mean, let me ask you a question then. So, I mean, we saw Joker potentially taking 2 tires, and it did not really work well for him. So, do you think he'll end up doing it again in this time here in Stage 2?
No, I don't think he will. Like I said, I think that was a test to see how much a fall off he would have versus other people who took 4.
Yeah.
He's smarter than that. I think he'll... Well, obviously, you can't take 2 to start the first pit sequence, but it really depends on how much you've saved. But I think that's still a little too much to give up. I think you have to go 4 on both stops.
And side by side they go. Oh, some contact being made between the Ghost and JoJo. We have a caution out.
Caution. We have a caution out. Who I see the 14 is in the wall.
The 18 got some damage.
Yep. 18's crinkled up.
48's crinkled up. So, unfortunately, once again, a situation that we missed right there, but yet the 9's crinkled up. So, first caution of the evening, which grabs. Go ahead and grab me a quick drink, real quick. Whew. Also, while we have the chance, I do want to send a shout out to my great friends at the TNC Sports Talk for allowing me to get a chance to promote these 2 events tonight. If you guys want to get a chance to head out to listen to a very amazing podcast, I encourage you guys to check out youtube.com/TNC Sports Talk for my current podcast I'm doing as we get ready to have Green Flag back in the air here at ISM. Oh.
Looks like Nobes is the only one who didn't cut the dog leg there to start that. He's in the back of the pack here, but you got Heredia on the outside of Brody. I'm sure.
Brody made the contact.
Oh, I hate when I do that. That is such a. Oh man, that wall comes out at you quick. That's going to hurt him here.
And look, 3 cars going to the outside. Heredia, Joker. Oh, bump being made from JoJo. And that pushed Joker out of the way.
That's not... Brody washed up there. He's going to be tight, and I think he's going to drop. That sucks, man.
Oh, man. You hate that for him. Especially how nice of a guy Brody is. You really, really hate that for him.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that it happens in stage 2. He's only going to lose a little bit. He can fix it under pitting. It's not going to kill his run so far, but it will hurt him just a little bit. As he's into the outside wall. He's just having a tough time trying to settle down.
This caution did not really play out for Brody like he thought it was, losing a spot to Big Jim there. And I'm once again, I do got to say this though, you got to give credit where credit's due to JoJo for a battle up there, currently up in the top 3 at the moment. As we see some situations here, you're looking out from cue ball fans, potentially 3 wide, 2 wide situation over there. Brody hits the outside wall again.
He just needs to find a spot here. The one sent it into him. That was not intentional.
No.
I don't think he would try to, but yeah, Brody's limping around here right now. He's just gonna have to, find himself a little spot and try not to make matters worse.
Very well said. But right now, our current top 5 at the moment, it is Heredia God, Joker, JoJo, Big Jim, and of course the Ghost. I don't know what's happening here. Dalto, you still got a copy, correct?
I got you.
All right, make sure.
Oh, 14's in the wall.
Oh, that is
14.
color.
I think he got sent by somebody. I couldn't tell who it was. It might have been the 18, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that.
All I can say is...
I think LD just did the same thing Brody did and hit the inside wall.
Oh, no. Dallin. Most of these drivers cannot catch a break right there.
Yeah, the 48's going to push to 34. That's going to send the 24 all the way up. He's not going to be happy about that. I don't think the 34 is happy with the 48 either.
This right along with this pack is getting really tense. The 21 on the outside.
Yep,
oh, the 12 and the 20,
22.
Oh, my.
You got everything happening back here.
Where's Marvin now when you need him? Cause he'll be, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
21 tried to not go 4 wide into there, and the 41 told him, go for it.
Oh, man. The forwards are not having a great amount of luck in the back right now, ladies and gentlemen. This has definitely been a very, very tense race, so to speak. I mean, and yet most of the action's not up front. It's pretty much back here.
Yeah, you fight the hardest in the back, but want to transition back to the front. We have a new player in the top 3. While we were watching the dog fight in the back through the dog leg, it looks like Jim has made his way around his teammate JoJo, putting Jim up to 3rd here.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said for Big Jim. I mean, he was one of the guys that I told y'all to keep an eye on. As he's getting ready to try to slowly approach up to always Joker to battle for 2nd place. Meanwhile, Heredia is pulling away from this pack, so to speak.
Yeah, Heredia's found his groove. Jim is working on Joker. JoJo is trying to figure out what he can gain to get back up to Joker. Trying to figure out what he's able to do here, as it looks like Jim's going to go to the high side, get a run off the hill. I don't think that worked. I think he might have just overdrove that. You got Ghost here rounding out the top 5, not too far behind JoJo.
So far, I mean, we've seen JGR pretty much currently 2 out. Sorry.
Caution's out.
Caution's out again. Let's go ahead and see what happened this time. Everyone.
There's 2. Yep, the 21 is still wrecking.
Everyone's still going fast on my screen, so I can't even really tell what happened here. So yeah. Second caution of the day here at ISM. And that's definitely going to cut the stage a little bit short here in stage number 2.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think they may have called a manual. I don't think this is a game caution. I think this is a manual instead.
Manual is out today. Manual caution is out for the first time, I believe, this season.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
I don't know if it was a lag or if this was a little bit of pleasantries between the 38 and the 18. The 4 got caught up in that one.
All I can say is that I feel sorry for you, Edmonds, because you guys are going to have a lot of work to do after this race.
I'm going to bed. I don't know about you.
Well, at the end of this race, I got to be in a little production meeting for the TNC Sports Talk podcast tomorrow.
Cool beans, man.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck on that one.
Oh, yeah. I know it, right? But yet, while we get a chance to do that, I want to send a huge shout out to pretty much all of our viewers here. It's been a crazy racing here with the Cup Series. Definitely been a lot of crazy racing, but yet don't forget, we have some awesome coverage coming to you guys from Auto Club with our Truck Series next Wednesday night, and of course the double coverage on Thursday with the Xfinity and the Cup Series. And like I was telling Dallas before we started this race, as we see, who's going to come out first in the pit road? That's going to be Heredia.
Well, Heredia and Joker is... wow. God, you got to love Heat. You got to love Heat. That is...
I caught all that on camera.
Where's the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift music when you need it?
I think someone's going to make a TikTok out of that tonight. Just watch. Oh, man. But as I was saying, the last time we got a chance to be at Auto Club, we seen some cars flipping in the air like they were Space Jam. So we'll see what type of craziness we're going to see tonight, next Thursday at Auto Club. Make sure you guys tune in for that.
Yep. Auto Club gets the ball rolling with the Truck Series on Wednesday night. Looks like everybody here is they're going to go green this time by. I think they just pulled the choose cone out. So choose cone is back from last year. As you see, Joker is taking the outside. I think that's a smart move. Heredia on the inside, but Heredia will be able to dictate when the field goes green.
Exactly. Very well said. Very well said. Especially if you are Heredia God, it's going to be a lot of fun to see.
Joker's going to have to time this with Heredia, and I think Heredia is going to go as soon as he gets to the restart zone.
We'll see for sure
What a great restart by the 2.
Huge restart by the 2. And here comes Jojo Siwa after a horrendous start by Joker. Jojo's going to try to be able to battle second place, but also here comes his teammate and Big Jim. The Ghost, Dowlin, Brody. Oh, Brody hits the outside wall again.
Looks like Jojo's going to fall to 4th. Jim on that outside was able to get past the 20. Let's talk about Brody for a second. That caution really saved him. He was not in the best of positions after making contact with the inside wall entering turn 1. Turn 3. I'm going to constantly do that since they changed the layout of the track. But, yeah, he hit that inside wall that comes up and bites you in turn 3.
Yeah.
Was able to repair the damage and didn't lose too much time. Still in the top 10.
And here comes Big Jim trying to be able to catch up to Always Joker to battle for second place. As we see, Joker slowly approaching up to Heredia God in this second stage. We didn't really see not a lot of lead changes here, but you can pretty much rest assured that you can already guess who's been leading most of the laps here at this race. That being the man in the 2, aka Heredia God.
Yeah, Heredia, like I said, as soon as he's going to try to make a statement. He didn't want to lose that Daytona race, and you saw what kind of blocks he was about to pull on, that he pulled on the field. He's going to try to make a statement here, set himself up for a pretty good run through the season. But the guy who beat him in the championship is knocking on his back door now.
This might be a stupid question, but yeah, ever since before we get to that, side by side we goes, contact being made from always Joker. Here comes Joker. Can he be able to pull it off? No, he won't be. Here comes Big Jim trying to get him a push on the outside.
Jim is chomping at the bit.
He is chomping at the bit, so to speak. I told you before in the pre-race show, he is one of the guys you guys need to keep an eye on, especially when it comes to tracks like this. And I wouldn't be surprised if these top three could be able to pull away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, JoJo's doing a pretty good job of keeping these three, within reach. Any type of slip up by any of these three, and JoJo will be there to insert himself into this lead battle, him and Ghost.
Very well said. Very well said. Because right now it is Heredity God that takes control over Joker. Be it Joker's trying to be able to push him out of the way to take the lead away. Ooh. Oh, what happened?
Nothing. The 20 just drove it in pretty deep, and it looked like on my screen that they made contact. I'm not sure if they did or not. I might have just been a net coding thing.
Yeah, I do want to say this though. If you guys have missed out the battles that these two have had, especially for the Season 3 championship, you guys have missed out a lot. These two are no strangers to one another. I think you could say they're pretty much better rivals, and yet they are definitely the best of enemies out on the racetrack.
You want to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, and I don't think the two of them have been able to get away from each other, being attached to the hip.
And yet, pretty much now with Big Jim gets involved, he's trying to be able to look on the inside, but it does not really complete him, so to speak.
I think Jim's just here waiting for Joker to make a move on Heredia. Brody looks like he's trying to get past JoJo here for fifth, excuse me. Ghost has cleared them. Ghost is trying to insert himself into this top battle for the lead. But back to Jim. I think that Jim's just going to sit there and patiently wait. I don't know how patient he can stay, though, but he'll wait behind Joker to make a move on Heredia before he decides he's going to show his hand.
I can definitely agree with you on that one right there. But, we talked about Ghost earlier. Ghost has never been away from the top 5. He's always been up there or either outside of the top 6. So he's definitely trying to be able to slowly approach his way up towards the top 3. He found himself a good rhythm. He's got himself a good car. Now he needs to be able to get up there and try to be able to battle these 3.
Absolutely, and you got a great battle going on here for 5th. Brody has worked his way away from Mike G in 7th, and he's trying to work on JoJo, and JoJo's running his line, so Brody's got to find a way around JoJo, but JoJo, being the smart driver he is not going to allow Brody to use the line he wants.
Definitely do agree right here, especially since we're after get ready to head up to the closing laps in Stage 2. And then Stage 3, talk about a lot that we're going to be able to bring up. Oh man, it is going to be crazy. It is going to be chaotic, so to speak, especially for those who are trying to be able to take care of their tires. But we'll see what happens here at Stage 3 as we're still in Stage number 2, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we're coming to 6 to go in Stage 2. Brody is pushing JoJo. He's letting him know, one bump, two bump. Might be on bump 3 soon, but it's Brody. Brody's not going to move a fly out of the way.
No, I don't think so either. I really don't think so, especially if you are trying to be able to make your way up to the top 2. And the thing is, though, is like these two, they can have battles all they want. I mean, they're fast enough to where Jim, not even Ghost, can be able to really afflict this battle between Heredia and Joker.
Absolutely, but I think with 5 laps to go, like you said, battle between Heredia and Joker, this is the one we're going to have to focus on with the lap count winding down here. Because I think Joker is just sizing up Heredia right now. I think he might have the better car out of the two of them. But then again, Jim has not let these guys go away. And I feel like Jim is just sitting there licking his chops, waiting for someone to make a move here. And once Joker makes the move, I feel like Jim is going to be there to take liberties with whomever comes out on the wrong side of that deal.
and especially since we have 4 laps to go, get ready to be 3 laps to go this time by here at stage number 2. So far, if you guys need to be caught up, we've only seen Brody's winning stage 1. Already God's led most of the laps, and yet he's been taking advantage of this opportunity here at stage number 2. I mean, we've only seen maybe about 2 cautions. Oh, a little bump from Big Jim, as we only have about 3 laps to go here at stage number 2.
This is coming to 2 to go right here. So if Joker's got anything for Heredia, which I think he does, he's got to have to make it within the next couple turns here. I think he's going to set him up if he's... I don't even know now at this point. Looks like he's not close enough, and Jim is just... Yep.
Side by side they go.
Jim said you've gotten too far away from the 2. I'm taking advantage of you now.
And yet Heredia God's going to be able to take advantage of this battle. Here comes the Ghost with one white flag in the air, 1 lap to go here at stage number 2. This is a huge battle for second place, and the Ghost could be able to potentially make an impact here.
Jim's going to drive this thing deep into the turn. He's going to get to his quarter panel, but Joker's going to clear him. Got one more shot for it. How bad does Jim want that point? I don't think he's going to do it this early in the season. Yeah, if this was later in the season, that would have been a different approach to turn 3. But Heredia wins the stage. Joker 2nd, Jim 3rd, Ghost 4th, and JoJo hangs on with the battle with Brody for 5th.
Stage 2 winner, aka Heredia. Whew. This has been a very tense race, so to speak.
Is that the yeah? That is the 24. I don't know what happened to the 24. I thought he was about 8th or 9th there for a little while. We'll know if something happened to him to knock him out of that position, but it looks like he's tail end of the lead lap at this point.
We'll definitely have to see for sure, but yet we're now on the 3rd and final stage here at ISM.
Alright, getting back up to the leaders here. Doesn't look like anybody really gained anything on pit road.
Don't look like it here, but yet here we are now. We are back in the air for the 3rd and final stage.
Jim with a great start.
Jim!
If only he wasn't on the inside. He had gotten through the gears so much better than the 2 in front of him.
I'm going to check our comments real quick, especially if you guys are in the live chat. If not, we have a potential spam, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of it. It keeps on popping back up.
Yeah. Either way, though, but yet we have Heredia God retaking the lead away, but yet a very, very great start for Big Jim right there. I told you guys in the previous show, keep an eye on him, and there's a lot of reasons why. Not only that, but there's also a driver I do want to give applause to. After a struggling stage 2, we now finally see Brody back up in the top 5.
Yeah, Brody, after making that mistake earlier on in stage 2, right at the beginning of stage 2, starts stage 3 pretty strong. He's not out of this by any stretch of the imagination. So what does he learn from the previous 2 stages? Is he looks like he got a little close to that wall off of 2 once again.
And yet, so far, it's been pretty much the field has been crazy. You can all see what's happening in the back, so to speak.
There's a lot of battling in the back of the pack, even still now. The 19's in the wall, hits a 21. This is a long stage too. Oh, somebody's lagging. I don't know who that is in the 10.
Where, that is in 10. That is going to be. Hang on, I'll help you out there. Electric Blaze.
Yep. It might have been because this. As much as we talked about Ignition being our saving grace, anyway.
And by the way, if you guys are checking out our graphic for the live streams, definitely do want to send a shout out, of course, to Mr. Daltor. Very amazing stuff right there.
Appreciate it, buddy.
pretty much if not Dalator or Big Jim, either one of you guys have done incredible things, especially when it comes to the graphics or anything. So I definitely want to appreciate both of you guys for that.
Oh, somebody's in the wall.
Oh,
Somebody was in the wall. I missed who that was. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Stuck up on the wall in 1 and 2. I couldn't make it out. I just tried to catch it on stream. Was that just a glitch?
I don't know. I have no
it
idea.
looks like it was Allen. It looks like it was LD Allen. Something happened to LD. I completely missed it, but he is in 23rd right now. Tail end of the lead lap. Ton of damage on the front of that car. Have no idea what happened there, but he face planted into turn 1 and 2.
And yeah, oh, look at Big Jim. Side by side goes Heredia and Joker.
Side by side is going to be her Jim and Brody. Jim going to the extreme outside. Going to get the run off of turn 3. 4 cars under a blanket for the lead.
Something that we saw similar to the Xfinity race, except it was a blanket of cars for second place. Very crazy race, so to speak. And yet, you gotta imagine what's happening, what's going through Heredia, Joker, Jim's, and Brody's mind. As we see 2 more trying to be able to join the party. Looks like it's gonna be the Ghost and JoJo.
Yeah, they're making this a interesting battle here. Like, these are the 6 that have been at the front the entire race. You know, the cream rises to the top. And you're seeing it here tonight with these 6 guys.
Exactly. A little bit interesting fact about the Heredia God. For anyone who doesn't know about, pretty much the man currently dropping up into 2, his first start was in the last playoff race before the championship race. He made his debut and he won the race. So yeah, crazy fact about that. But it comes to Heredia God, his first ever Hennessy Performance League start, and he got the win here at Phoenix.
One thing I want to point out, like stage 2, stage 3 is going to be a little bit of a longer stage, maybe 2 stops. I think that you're going to have to put all 4 on. There's about 47 to go now as they take the line here. Fuel and tires will only last you about 22, and tires are going to wear before the fuel runs out. So the pit window is a little bit shorter for tires than it is for fuel. So this is right now coming down to about a 2-stop stage 3 without a caution.
Very well said, especially right now. Potentially, we're going to be seeing some green flag stops. The field is almost spread out, except for the top 5. Here comes always Joker on the inside. Can he be able to finally get a chance to pass Heredia for the lead? They're side by side, and yet Heredia still takes the lead after using the top.
Yeah, Joker's not going to be able to make that pass on the inside unless he really tries to slide job the 2. I don't think he's going to be doing that now. He'll be doing that with about 5 to go, but not with 45 to go.
No, and here comes Joker. Joker's using the bumper.
He's also got to be careful too, because he makes a mistake and mistime something. Jim's going to pounce on that. Jim is not that far behind. Think about 2 car lengths now, 1 car length.
Definitely very well said, especially if you're always Joker. So far, so good when it comes to the Heredia God. He's pretty much led the most laps here at ISM, and yet don't forget, coming up next, we get a chance to interview the top 3, so you're going to want to stay tuned at the end of this race. This has definitely been all Heredia God throughout the second stage and so forth.
Looks like the top 6 are now equidistant from each other. You got a pretty even spread here. Back to Ghost in 6th. And now joining this B6, he's trying to join it. He's back on the bottom end of that is Sharp. Sharp is one of those guys who quietly will show his hand later in the run. And here he is when the pay window starts opening up. Sharp's going to want to cash in.
And after he missed Daytona, which, by the way, congratulations to him on his wife on their wedding. He knows that he has to be able to work on a lot, especially if he wants to be able to make it to the points. So Sharp's taking advantage of it right now, currently up at 6, and it's really good to see him up there.
Yeah, Sharp will he'll put in the work to get himself in the top 10. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. There's no secret about that. He's one of those guys that once he has a little bit of time, he'll dedicate what he can and find ways to get better and improve.
Definitely not afraid. So forth. Looks like Dallin has a little bit of damage on the hood.
Yeah, Dallin's he face planted back a few laps ago. I have no idea what happened, but the entire field went by him, and he just stuffed it in the turn 1 and 2 wall.
Very well said, especially if you are on. A bit spread it out, but yet we've seen a battle for 3rd place between Brody and Big Jim. Oh, ball here.
All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if they're hitting the outside wall or if that's just the game net coding.
We've definitely seen a lot of net coding for sure.
Jim's coming down pit road this time.
Jim is coming down, so let's see what we can do.
Now, here's a really interesting thing, too, and I'm not sure how this is going to play out or how it's even going to work out, but Nobes has taken the approach of the ultimate saver, and he has been not running top speed since the start of Stage 3. This is definitely in an effort to try to make it a one-stop stage for him. I don't know how it's going to work out for him. I don't know what his tires are at, honestly, but if there is one person that has proven to play the fuel conservation, the tire conservation to perfection before, it has been Nobe. So let's keep an eye on him for the rest of the night too.
Let's go ahead and get back up in here. Sorry about that, guys. I had to grab myself something to drink. With everyone currently coming down the pit road, so to speak, the Joker is pretty much stayed out, but yet we'll see what type of strategy he's pulling out.
Yeah, right now Nobe's leading a few laps here as Heredia's in pit road. Joker has made his stops, as you said. So we want to keep our eyes on the 4 for the time being. He's trying to stretch this as far as he can go. I think he may have to come in this time, though. Again, I don't know what the strategy is with him, but he's definitely trying to make this on 1 stop instead of 2. And there are guys that are just going to fly by him. 19 just passed him with ease like he was tied to a tree.
I think it was very well said for sure on that one there, my friend. As we are pretty much in stage 3, with pretty much always Joker is currently, I believe he is in the lead. And pretty much almost everyone has went down the pit road except for him. So yeah, we'll see what type of strategy he can be able to play out.
I am still shocked, so shocked that 4 car has not yet pit. He has got to be screaming for tires.
He needs to come down this time. He is slowing down, so maybe this might be the opportunity he needs.
He is very slow. I don't know if he blew a tire or if he's trying to save his car from blowing a tire.
I mean, here comes the leaders. Tough break right there for Nobes as we get back out to the field. Whew.
Well, we got contact between the 9 and the 14 over here.
Oh,
18's in the middle of that. 34 is up high. 8 is in this as well. There's a dogfight going on.
There is a dogfight going on when it comes to this field.
You got 5 cars under a blanket right there for... Hell, I don't know what position that is.
All I know is it's in the back. Overall, this has definitely been a very fun race to call here tonight as we get a chance to continue out with our F1 coverage tomorrow, F2 on Monday, and of course with our trucks next Wednesday at Auto Club. So do you think these drivers are going to have to come in, for another round?
That's what it's coming down to. I don't know if they were able to save enough. And with the Cup Series, you're not saving too much. Even the wheel guys with a clutch, I don't think you can really save too much because Phoenix is a track that really wears on the tires. So if it was down to fuel, absolutely, but it's down to tire wear, and you can get yourself in a lot of trouble if you're not careful with your tires, and this is a place where it's not easy to save. So, yes, the short of the long is yes. I think you're going to have to pit again.
We'll definitely have to see for sure, especially if you are any of these drivers trying to be able to battle, get yourself a win here. I mean, tires are definitely the main key in this race. You could almost say it's almost like in Atlanta, they wear and tear so easily.
I think in this game they wear more than they do at Atlanta. Atlanta, you can at least save some tire by a few different methods. If anybody wants that secret sauce, let me know. But it's a lot harder on the tires here because it's such a shorter track. It's not as high speed, and you're really pulling the car into the corner more than you are in Atlanta, where the banking can just eat that up.
Very well said for sure. Very well said for sure. But especially since we are now at the closing laps of this race, what else can happen? We don't know. We'll end up eventually. We're gonna see.
These guys can't make it on fuel either. I'm looking at Nobe Stream now. It finally loaded for me. He's coming around for 25 laps to go with 22 laps of fuel, and he was the last to pit. So none of these guys are going to be able to make it on either fuel or tires. Again, like I said, tires will wear out before the fuel runs.
You said it very, very well best. Things get really tense here, especially at the closing laps at ISM. Are we going to see a caution like we saw in the Xfinity race? I don't know. I don't really think so, especially since we've only seen about 2 cautions in this race. That was only in stage number 2.
If you see a caution, it's going to be from something with guys racing each other. The field is starting to spread out a little bit. And if a caution wasn't called for LD's issue, then I don't think you're going to see a caution now unless somebody catastrophically gets loose coming off of a corner.
Very well said. Do you see anything as far as our leaders is concerned?
Well, Joker and Heredia are running different lines. If you look at them entering turn 3, Joker looks to be more trying to pinch the corner off, and Heredia is arcing it. So you've got two different driving styles into turn 3 and 4. 1 and 2, they look about even. Heredia maybe just arcing it a little bit shorter than Joker. Joker taking a wider arc, coming off a little bit shorter than Heredia, but where one gains, the other loses. So, the 2 is better in 3 and 4 than Joker is, but Joker's also better than him in 1 and 2. So these guys are at a constant stalemate with each other.
You can also say you can't really blame him, so to speak, in this whole situation.
No, not really at all. You got to do what you got to do to maintain your spot or to try to pass somebody. So, but yeah, at this point, Heredia is just out here logging laps. Joker takes a tighter arc coming off of the 4th corner through the dog leg. Enters turn 1 and 2 a little bit higher, looking to pinch the corner here, run it a little shorter. He's going to gain a little bit on Heredia, but again, Heredia is just going to run his line, run his race, and Joker's going to be the one who's going to have to find his way around the 2. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But again, pit stops will be coming up shortly.
Very well said. Pit stops will be coming in shortly, and we'll see a lot happening with this third and final stage. We've already seen one amount of pit stops going through. We'll see how it goes in this, potentially maybe a second round in this next round of pit stops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever it is, it looks like Heredia's car on the longer run as they just... Who did they just blow by? Was that Nobes? I think they just... Nobes. Yeah. I don't know what happened to him.
Nobes is not having a great run, as we see 3 cars already in the pit road, so to speak, the 21 to 1. I just couldn't really see who was involved with this road full of pit stops.
If this goes green, I don't know, because Nobes obviously just lost a lap right there. I'm not sure if he's 1 down or if he's 2 down. If this goes green, he could... Joker's hitting pit road right now. Nobes could possibly swipe a win from somebody. Because he has been saving supremely hard since the start of the stage.
We'll definitely have to see a lot, especially when it comes to the closing laps of this race.
Heredia's still out there. I think he might have to come to pit road this time. Yeah, he looks like he's coming in now.
He is coming in this time. Heredia God coming into pit road. Let's go ahead and see where always Joker is right now, so to speak. And let's get a chance to find him. There he is. He's already out. And could he be the one taking the lead away from Heredia?
I think he will. I think he will, just on the fact that he pitted a few laps before Heredia did. So I think Joker is going to jump Heredia on track just by pitting sooner, getting those fresher tires. But then again, at the end of this run, Joker's going to lose a little bit. So it really depends on where it equalizes between the 2 and the 88 to see who's going to come down with the win of this race.
We'll definitely have to see for sure as we are pretty much almost about done with the race, and yeah, we're going to see a lot and lots of different types of strategies to take. But I will say this though, I gotta give credit where credit's due for always Joker. He knows the situation, he knows what's gonna happen, So, I mean, he knows what it takes to be able to beat Heredity God. So he's trying his best to be able to go out there and do what he can.
I think Heredia came out in front of Joker. I'm trying to confirm that right now, but yeah, it looks like he actually opened up a gap on Joker. That's interesting.
Let's go ahead and keep an eye on Heredity God real quick. As we see him.
Well, there goes the 24. Right past the 88.
I think there's another comment. Hopefully it ain't any of
That was not for position between the 24 and the 88. For anybody who's watching the stream, that it was not for position. Looks like the 24 is going to try to unlap himself. But there goes the 4 down another lap. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what the strategy was there, but unfortunately for Nobes, it was not the right one to pull.
And yet also, always Eric, Dank is not in third.
Mm-hmm.
Dank is not in third right now. So unfortunately to all you Dank lovers out there, fortunately not even in the top 5, so to speak.
Yeah, we got, I think we got about 8 laps left or so, and it looks like Heredia is starting to put a little bit of distance on Joker here. Heredia's going to have to let the 24 go by. It looks like he's got fresher tires. Looks like the 19 as well also has some fresher rubber. So good thing here is to just let them go, and I think that the 2 is going to do that.
Yeah, but the 24 is not giving up, not letting the 2 go by, so to speak.
I think that might be a blocking mechanism, to be honest with you, because think about who's in second. That's his teammate. So I think he's trying to, yeah, he obviously wanted to pass the 2, but I don't think he wants to get too far away from the 2. Bring the 88 back to him.
And the 88 is almost right there, so to speak.
Yeah, well, you can see that the 2 has got to deal with the 19, and I don't know how good his stuff is, but that 24 is parking it in front of the 2 right now.
He is not letting the 2 go by, and it very, very well said for sure.
Yeah, you definitely have some teamwork here working out.
Well, I mean, can that help Joker out, especially with the coming of the final laps?
Oh, it's already helped him. Joker was about half a straightaway back. He's now within about half a second now. So that's really cut the distance between the 2 and the 88, as he's now within 2 car lengths. But don't look too far back. Look who's sneaking into the picture.
There he is.
Now, Brody's just been sitting back here, minding his own business, running his own lap times, while the 2 has had to deal with the 19 and the 24, which has allowed the 88 to get to him. So the 42 has just been kind of on his own path, and he might get up into this battle too.
Do we have a tally of our laps left there, Delator?
Looks like we're at about 2 to go now. I believe this is 2 to go. I'm not 100% sure, but we're coming down to the final laps.
We are coming down to the final laps as Heredity God looking to be able to get to the white flag, and he will get ready to be white flag in the air. Sponsored by nothing here at ISM.
Well, ISM is a sponsor. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
ISM was the sponsor.
Was, but still yet though. Joker coming for final time on the backstretch. Nobody in sight. Joker tried everything he could, and yet, welcome to the second. Welcome to the first one of the season. Heredia God gets it done here at ISM.
Dominating performance by Heredia.
Dominating at his best. What more can you ask for? All right, so we know Heredia finished first and Joker finished second, but who finished third?
That I think went to Jim. I'm checking it now. I think Jim. Basically, the top 6 or 7 was the top 6 or 7 the entire race. I think Jim finished third. Actually, Brody finished third. Excuse me. Jim 4th. JoJo 5th. Sharp 6th. Past Ghost. Drunk 8th. Fistbuster 9th, and Dodgen finished 10th. Color was 11th. Mike G in 12th. 13th was Fire Slider. Freedom was 14th. Electric Blade 15th. Sikkim was 17th. And Ku was 16th. Those were the guys that were on the lead lap.
All right. Is there any way you can help me get Heredia and Heredia, Joker, and Brody up in the booth?
Working on those guys right now. Let's see. Alright, invite sent. Brody's already in the party, so Brody's here. Just join on back.
I mean, yeah, Brody can get a chance to join him back, and then... Whew, I bet you he's got to be happy about that performance.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah, I mean, especially after a run like that. Let's go ahead and get to welcoming up in the booth. We want to welcome in Mr. Joker. We got Brody. Yep, loud and clear.
Hello.
Alright, we're waiting on the old honey bun man himself, aka Heredia God. And there he is. Man, talk about a performance from all 3 of you guys. All 3 of you guys with an amazing performance. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Heredia God after that incredible win. Heredia, how you feeling?
I'm hyped right now. I was getting back into these league racing is kind of crazy. I was very shaky for the most part, especially at the end there. I didn't know if I was gonna die at the end. Yeah, it was just crazy. Yeah, but yeah, it's fun.
Very well said, and yet also do gotta admire the performance that you always Joker put in, trying to be able to make it up there to the Heredia God. I mean, take us through your moments battling with Heredia God throughout what, maybe stage 2 all the way up to the end.
Yeah, I actually didn't expect this good of a pace. Usually not the best on short tracks, but I think I can get a top 5 pretty easily. But I think I had winning speed there. Like me and Heredia were pretty equal. Tried pitting a lap earlier, try and make it on tires, and trying to save at the end, which was really tough. By the way, I did not tell Dank to do that, so I know this.
Interesting. It was very. It looked like it to me.
Very Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson to Kevin Harvick at Bristol-ish. But you know what? That's a good teammate, though.
I mean, at least you know you have a teammate.
There's no
trying to
rule
build
against
up.
it.
Very true.
It's true. It's true.
That's true. Also, and speaking of a man who struggled early on, you, Brody, had a great season, a great stage 1, and then going from a rough stage 2 to get a chance to being up in the top 3. So yeah, take us through that craziness for you.
Well, yeah, stage 1 worked out the way I wanted it to. Stage 2, definitely it wasn't the same way. I kind of got a little bit of damage, and it kind of messed up my setup for the rest of the run. But what can you do? And in the last stage, I think I ran it near perfect with what I was handed, but man, if I would have had a little bit of more laps, I possibly could have got up to the top 2, but they ran a heck of a race tonight. Nothing against them.
Very well said, but yet, Brody, you pretty much finished third. I mean, you got a lot of points for you after this race. Pretty much, what can you be able to do to carry that momentum, especially going to Auto Club next week?
Well, I think a problem that I've had with Auto Club in recent races has been speeding. So just not make any mistakes, and I should be fine there. You know, it's kind of like a plate race. It's anyone's game. But if I can stay up front there, I possibly could have a chance of winning.
All right, very well said, very well said. And let's go ahead and take it to a man who is no stranger to Auto Club, Mr. Joker. What can you be able to do to carry that momentum, especially going to probably one of the best tracks you would be able to run, especially here in your time in Hennessy?
Yeah, home race, the only home race. Well, no, Sonoma in 2 weeks, but try and get number 30 there. Gotta be aggressive and gotta stay up front.
And of course, lastly, our race winner, Heredity God. We've seen you make impacts in many different tracks. What can you tell us about your run out at Homestead, or not Homestead, sorry, but Auto Club coming next Thursday?
I'll be very different approach, very aggressive Heredity. Auto gloves to get a win. Yeah, because races before, I felt like I have a shot to win, but I just wasn't aggressive enough to put myself in position. But this time will be different. Look up for next week.
A lot to look forward to, but yet, Dalator, do you have any questions for our top 3?
Nah, and honestly, I think with their interviews with you, I think they pretty much answered it. The one thing I would have asked Brody was, how hard were you really pushing there, seeing that you were catching the front 2 with that final push at the end there? But again, you just said added a couple more laps, you might have had a different outcome.
Well, I did make a little bit of an adjustment on the last stop. Having to take 2, it was going to upset my car, so I had to adjust it. But it was the right adjustment, and I hit on something, and I was running consistent 16.4s, 16.5s, trying to catch the leaders. Although they were getting held up by lap traffic, I was still, getting reeled back into that conversation of possibly winning the race. But yeah, who knows? Who knows?
All right. Well, this is pretty much the part here where we get a chance to ask you guys about y'all's thoughts for Auto Club, and yet any final comments about the race tonight. Brody, I'm gonna start off with you. Give us your final thoughts and explain to us everything that went down for you tonight here at Phoenix.
It was a pretty solid run. Not very many mistakes. I could have done a little bit of things differently, but most of it worked out, and I got a top 5 out of it. And I'm excited to take this momentum into Auto Club. I just got to have a mistake-free race, and I'll be fine.
Alrighty, Joker, and your final thoughts on the race, and yet, of course, your comments about Auto Club.
I think it was a good race. That was probably the most competitive Cup Phoenix race in the league. Shout out to Ghost and JoJo. You expect Brody and Jim to be up there, but JoJo and Ghost surprised me, so let's see how they do at Auto Club.
And of course, saving the best for last, Mr. Heredity God, your final thoughts on the race, and of course, your comments about Auto Club.
Yeah, it was one of the most intense races I've probably been racing at Phoenix. But it was fun. It was fun. I do miss those kind of races where you just had a lot of fun. It was intense. But yeah, thank you for broadcasting this. My final thoughts.
I definitely do appreciate it. But yet, ladies and gentlemen, that is our coverage here tonight. Our doubleheader, our second doubleheader. Get a chance to end it off on a great note. Congratulations to both my card and, of course, already got a winning the Xfinity and the Cup races. Delator, I appreciate you get a chance to join me up in the booth. And yet, don't forget, we have a lot more coming your way. As you know, besides the F1 race tomorrow and the F2 race on Monday, we come back to racing next Wednesday for the Truck Series coverage from Auto Club. And make sure to come back in next Thursday night for our Xfinity coverage live from Auto Club. I know I'll be there. I'm pretty sure Brody will be there. But yet, same time, 7:20 Eastern time. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment. Don't miss out on all things Hennessy Performance League. For Dalator and myself, I'm Code Red Dude saying so long, and we'll see you next Thursday at Auto Club.